could decide a large chunk of the playoff race within.
I really just think that's the way that the world is going right now. The thing is, obviously playing on the Ying could look to try and flash and make a play on this, but it's going to be Perez just to go up the ladder. Where are the Candelas?
I mean, you could see the idea in theory, thinking that they've distracted the Warden, that maybe they can then no new angle created for this Los attack. Almost takes the head off of Nux from behind. Dafo adding an alternative angle with 10 seconds remaining. Catches a nice line through the rotate hole, but with the Kiba barricade, providing a lot of nice protection for this defense. The rest of the attack cut short as they push into the site. Dafo only 1 second away from losing it on time. You're running into the similar situation that we had last time. A lot of important utility either being lost or used early. Angels thinks he found a gap in the breach, decides to hop out of it, and gives away a pick when he really did not need to. Of course, maybe he gambles and ends up getting a round-winning play, but at least based on how things have turned out, evens things for Los at a time when they needed quite literally anything they could get their hands on. You don't have a lot of active utility remaining. I mean, you've got the one toxic canister, you've got some C4s in the clash, but with 20 seconds remaining, a lot of these players might need to be gun up. First C4 goes wide. STK spots one, but the flashbang landing perfectly. Dafo at least keeps that defender behind the bunk bed just for another few key seconds. Dark going huge, pushing into the site. Revolver in hand. Great pinch onto STK. Raps now swinging around as everybody from INTZ loses their fights. For this site, though, right as I say that, seems like we might hit the go button for Los. Shield rushing in, looking to clear out this roam. Nux clearly concerned about the vertical angles. Oh, Raps! Ends up saving his teammate. Back facing the Blackbeard pushing in. It's only a trade, though. INTZ don't get any lead out of that. It's quite close, all things considered. But Dafo on low HP. No, it's Perez the next to go down. Finished off by an impact grenade. Still only a one-body lead between these two. Dafo's been outside for so long. Finally makes his way in. The entire round, won and lost on the top floor.
Isn't where we want that young gunner to be. To really control the flow of the map and find themselves a pocket to get the plant down. It's more about these rat plays, and it's more about Angels. 8-1 and disappears.
Legacy behind the shield. Angels firing some more shots at Nux and just harassing these attackers down below. I mean, if that Blackbeard goes down, that's the shield and the diffuser dropped alone down below with no opportunity for a trade. These attacks from Los are spread out. INTZ are basically having them do exactly what they want them to do. Rap's still alive inside of his position. Gets a nice double on the 90-degree swing. Can't land the triple, but the work's been done by INTZ. Angels with the first and the last. Slow first minute or so. Dafo has a line on Angels, currently stuck on the old tower stairs, but instead Nux pushing him down, takes the one-on-one fight, wins it, and that's Angels' first.
Nux is going to commit to this hatch drop.
He's going to make his way down, start taking an angle towards the site. This is the nice thing, though, even though you're in the 4v5, because of how much time is taken, if INTZ could just hold some off positions, Los could get completely caught off guard. SDK, the first pick for INTZ at the moment. Still a distinct disadvantage, especially low HP. That was an easy gunfight for Perez to win. 2v4 possible, but unlikely for INTZ at the moment. Raps, Legacy on such low HP, but only 7 seconds remaining. Los have to push in. Big C4 over top. His dash can't hit it! It downs Nux, takes down the Ram. And just a 2v1, make that a 1v1. That INTZ take on time. Unbelievably huge C4 from the defense.
Fill the gap. They've waited too long here. INTZ have been able to rotate themselves into far better positions now based off the push, and that's a big opener once again from Angels.
And again, this is where Los felt like on that Dorms Games defense or Dorms Games attack last time, struggling for ways in, reliant on INTZ to give away openings, and with INTZ adding in this mirror window, you can see it's just compounded these issues. They're dropping down old tower, 1v1s with no time. Dark has no information, lands a nice couple pre-fires, downs one and takes out the other, but this is all just luck. Landing these nice little pre-fires, taking fights and hoping for the best, but the broader structure, the broader setup for INTZ has won it in round 6 and on time, 2 rounds in a row. No C4, no clutch necessary.
It means that Fluxo W7M cannot get eliminated tonight.
It always keeps you second guessing for Los. You know, if you get a bit of ground.
Hoping and praying right now that Los overpeak, because if they don't, they know they are faced with just having to walk in.
And it seems like that's going to happen. Los understand their position. They understand with these mirror windows only getting cracked so late, their positions are so completely intact. Shotgun around the corner. Nux gets them both. Dafo with a double. Nux with a double at the start. It's a difficult balance of timing to make that work, but let's see if Dash ends up finding it. Oh, Dafo. Swinging out the single window, caught crossing by.
No reason to shift around too much. Big engagement approaching here, though. Dash just going to get caught looking the wrong way. Finished off by Angels. INTZ have managed to work back a 4v4.
But they're running into the same issues that Los ran into, and so many teams attacking on Fortress run into. When the defense isn't giving you picks, when you see that INTZ to start and now Los on these defenses are just holding their positions, not really taking all that many fights towards windows, you end up losing so much time, and that makes plays like this. Dark creeping up the main stairs with a shotgun so powerful. But again, if Dafo's just going to win every fight on site when it's presented to him, you don't need to flank, you don't need to push beyond what you held at the beginning. Los have had this round in hand since we entered the actual action phase. Legacy now to cover 3 defenders protecting the blitz all alone. Dark wins that fight, crossing through the attack's own smoke. Perez might not have had...
I really hope that they know Perez is in Hammam. Perez just going to give himself away. Gets caught running out. There is, of course, another player there, Dafo. But even he takes a ton of damage. Now we're starting to see a little bit of effect here. Dash is going to get one back onto Legacy. An all-important kill for his first one of the game coming here in round 9. But he's taken the Hibana down.
And he's kept it a 3v3. He's denied INTZ a full man advantage. INTZ are beginning to problem solve, beginning to piece things together on these attacks, but it's just coming so late that kills like that become even more important than they already are. That's with his first 2, but no C4. Takes the fight, and Arthur's ready for it. Just a couple shots makes this a 2v2, but at the same position as last time. Arthur with the diffuser and only one player who can cover with even less time than the last. As he pushes further into Infirmary, he tries to take the fight with the Azami. He walks into a crossfire, and there was never enough time to deal with it. SDK grasping it
based on short time. But it is...
It's an opening pick, immediately falls back. It does not overplay their hand. Nux detonating another smoke. This keeps them in front of the windowsill up until red time. Still push through, recognizing the difficult position they're in. Arthur trying to push through. We can see somebody holding that long angle with a crossfire. Arthur trying to thread the needle through this smoke. But with Los finally peeking out, getting kills, there is nothing for INTZ to do. Another round lost on time. I think that's going to be a theme for these latter rounds on Fort.
These main stairs, this engagement. He comes away with a kill here. It's going to be absolutely massive. Aggressively challenging onto Angels, but will eventually lose the gunfight. It's taken nearly all the round for this to happen, though. There's 25 seconds left.
And not only for all this to happen, but it's still just a straight-up 1v1 between Angels and Dash. That could have gone either way. Dark's able to C4 from over the top of the stairs. INTZ acquire a couple kills, though. It's a 3v3. All that needs to happen is a couple just chance rounds, even if that's what they come down to. SDK made his way in. Another time where one lone INTZ attacker has to cover this, but as the defenders wrap in, SDK gets the plant down, trying to hold out as long as he can behind this shield. But 3 players converging, nobody's getting out of that with their back against the wall. In the counter defuse, it's Los.
Hell of a lot hinges on this. And there's probably even a world where it influences Fluxo a little bit as well, because Fluxo on 7 points, Los currently on 8. An opening pick for Legacy. Or an opening pick onto Legacy, should I say.
And oh, that's the way they've won every single one of these rounds so far, and now they have another excuse to do so. One defender just around the corner, swings out. Angels all alone. So many times we've seen these INTZ attackers by themselves, ripe for a 1v1 victory by...
To try and play with here, but there's still loose players. Dafo in Hammam at the moment, supported by Perez. Perez, all he needs to do is hold the cross. Little bit of a bait and switch there. Raps next player to fall. Perez is on a tear.
3 kills so far in SDK. If he wants to win 1v1s, he's got to win 4 in a row. It's not going to happen. Perez...
I'd like to know, Perez, a big congratulations on the victory here today. That was a pretty tense matchup to not only determine your fate, but a lot of teams' faith in SAL.
Thank you, guys. This was a really tough match. I mean, it was a really cool match to play. So I don't know what to say. Just a great feeling to change the way we were playing and get the win.
Yeah, I mean, crazy comeback, 7 rounds almost in a row, 6 rounds in a row, like to go back to that 7-5. What do you think is the biggest reason why this game was so defender-sided?
They were playing some strats, like being with Bandit, Clash, these things, and we were not playing the way that we should against this place. So, and then they were giving like crazy shots, crazy bullets. So it was a really difficult. But then when we got to the defense, to be honest, was a little bit easier than the attack, because we could get the opens, I think, 4 or 5 rounds on the match. So it was, I think the opening kills was the main reason we like changed this thing.
Yeah, and I feel like watching you guys playing defense, it seemed like you really tried to buy into the layers of Fortress. Like you had the Azami, you had the Mira, like you could play Turtle quite a lot. Was it a way for you guys to abuse how slow and disjointed INTZ were in attack?
Exactly. We knew that this match was with a lot of pressure to both sides. So we knew that when we are doing this, like start advanced, then going back, like you said, it was going to be the best way to play, because they're not going to have the best. They're not going to know exactly what they need to do when we are going back, when we are not. So I think we put a lot of pressure on them playing in this way. So what's that?
All right, Paris, and a final question before we let you go. Do you feel like the rest of the day is going to be a little bit nerve-wracking for you? I mean, the result between FURIA and Fluxo later will kind of help you guys lock in a playoff spot. Or do you feel like, oh, you know, whatever happens, we will just make sure we take down Liquid tomorrow?
To be honest, we are just focusing on play against Liquid. I think if we want to make playoffs, we don't need to be thinking about other results or other teams losing. We need to do the things that we need to do. And that's it. I'm just hoping for Brazil to win today, and that's it.
That's awesome. Well, best of luck and enjoy the match if you're going to watch it later. Thank you for your time, Paris, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. You too, guys.
And I can tell you that 10 players that are going to play today, they're going to be fuming that INTZ basically wasted that chance. And it gives props to LOS, and we mentioned it before, why were they favorites? Because of the quality and experience on their players. Well, that also shows up in these moments when mentally you need to be able to come back from a 5-1, and today they showed that.